say is a pretty good scoreline regardless of what happens. 75 is definitely the outlier here.
बहुत नीचे आ गए ना फर्स्ट.
So, but yeah, it's a very notable difference from the rest of the pack. Monumental stuff. Papa Supermassive over at Truck Stuff on the north side. Some great things to do in the first game. They were able to get a huge elimination count, but since then, not quite as powerful. I think almost half of their points were earned, at least, in that first game. I mean, a lot of those points were earned pretty quickly through 28, but we're going to jump on board with Papa Supermassive. 7 has a bit to say to them.
20 गॉड को मार दिए.
खत्म हो गया.
Now finish.
You guys were able to have some great performances in Rondo, 13 eliminations, and back up here in Miramar with 10 or more elims. What allowed for you to have such great performance in Rondo and in Miramar?
Rondo'da 13 puan aldınız, Miramar'da 8 puan aldınız, 10 puan aldınız. Bu performans nasıl oldu?
Bu performans aslında yani bizim beraber oynamamız ve uyumumuzla bağlı. O yüzden aslında çok ekstradan bir şey yaptığımız yok. Sadece
गांजा बोलता है गांजा.
ekstradan bir şey denemiyoruz. Zaten beraber oynadığımız zaman
Zero subscriber.
So I think we didn't do much because we just playing normally as usual. We could execute our plans and everything. Yeah, we did good.
Okay, but let's rewind it a little bit because you did have 3 aerial matches where you were averaging about a 9th place finish and just 0.6 eliminations, not even 1 elim per match. What happened in aerial?
Erengen'e ne oldu? Bir hep sıralar 9 olarak gördünüz. Yani daha puan alamadınız.
तो गाइस फटाफट जाओ लाइव.
Elimizde de aslında küçük bir hot drop'umuz var Filiz'in tanımında.
इसके पैसे किसने दिए था जैकेट के? दुकान से दिए थे बंदे. ले लो पैसे अकाउंट में मेरे.
Erken atışlar atamadığımızdan dolayı lotumuz falan da kötü.
ले लो क्या उसका नहीं
Maçlar
दुकान पे.
kötü geçti yani.
So we have actually
तो उसके अकाउंट में डलवा दो.
आप ही सारे ना.
Bilmiyorum. Yarın bakarız.
let's keep the secret. I also don't know what we're gonna do, but yeah, you guys will see it tomorrow.
Okay, well, hey, Blank, there you go. You got your answer on what was going on there in Aerial, but I'm excited to see what this team's going to be able to do and see how close they can get to top 3.
मैं कहाँ हूँ यूट्यूबर बनूंगा मैं.
In the meantime, Rejects have been happy to have it. I mean, it's a pretty good answer overall, and to be fair, keeping things tight to the chest is probably advisable here in the internationals, but it's nice to know that something probably will change tomorrow. And it makes more sense as well, considering that there is actually a huge amount of teams that do drop over towards prison side as well as John. And it does get a little bit intense.
कितने बजे अपने चैनल एक्सपायर होने में?
नहीं
एक्सपायर नहीं होता. नहीं तो फिर वो भरने वाला टाइम सिस्टम वाला तो
कंटिन्यू करो तब से चालू.
आप कंटिन्यू रखोगे जब वो चेक करता है ना उसके बाद से 365 दिन की गिनती होती है. वो कब से चालू है कोई तो वो हाँ चैनल के देखा जरा. इस पे अपने को वो देखना ना कि अपने वो टाइमिंग टाइमिंग की जो लिमिट रहती है. मैं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है ना बता रहा हूँ. अरे कितना पुराना चैनल है मेरा रहने तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं उसमें. वो जब वो चेक करने भेजोगे तुम उसको जब से तुमको 365 दिन मिलते हैं ऐसा है. वो लास्ट 365 दिन जब है वो अभी कुछ नहीं है कोई दिक्कत नहीं. पढ़ा भी खाली तो भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं. सब बना के रखो ना. मगर उसको करो तुम क्या बोलते हैं उसको नया बना ज्यादा अच्छा है. क्या टाइम लगता है? मुश्किल से 15 मिनट लगते हैं. मैं कितने चैनल बनाने छोड़ दिया.
अरे यहाँ पे कितने बच्चे अपने हाथ शांत में रखो तुम लोग. 3 बच्चे बहुत पीछे है. मैं मात्र 25 पॉइंट है. भी स्किल करना चाहिए बढ़िया. अपनी टीम को मौका देना चाहिए. फाड़ के रख देना चाहिए. ऊपर जाना चाहिए. हाँ मैं 2 साल बाद जाऊंगा.
ये क्या देखा लास्ट 28 दिन वो वीडियो डालना.
लास्ट 28 दिन में उसने अपना एनालाइज करा है.
नहीं
ये लास्ट 28 दिन का है. वो नहीं वो जो लास्ट 28 दिन एनालिसिस लेकर ना मतलब लास्ट 20 डेज में तुम्हारा इतना ही से डाटा जो है
हाँ वो है उसको एलईडी पूरा करो 28 दिन में मतलब खत्म
नहीं होता. तुम बोल दिए
कि नया अकाउंट बनाऊं क्या?
मैंने नहीं बनाना. वो ही रहेंगे.
4 नाम में को यही रखना है.
नाम वही रहेंगे, सब वही रहेंगे, तो उसी के आगे आगे चालू करते हैं। तो अभी करता हूँ ना, संडे से फोन आया, सोमवार से स्ट्रीम चालू।
अरे यार इसकी डाल देता हूँ रीजन पता है
स्ट्रीम कौन डालेगा तो? अरे वो मोबाइल इतना हैवी कि उसमें रिकॉर्डिंग हो जाएगी गेम खेलते खेलते, इसकी फटने लगती ना, इसमें कितना करेगी, इसकी तो औकात गेम की लाइफ भी नहीं है
यार। ये लड़के लोग
To say the least. Nice to see Yamba losing one off on the sidelines there.
लुक
Let's continue to try and marshal this eastern side of the map, which makes a lot of
Even
sense
the
considering
Rentgen दिखा रहे
people
हैं।
know that they're likely going to have to shift over towards that
रीच
northwest side.
उन्हें पुश कर दिया था एक बार,
Manage around Labandita.
यूट्यूब ऊपर पुश करता है ना,
OG's playing
फिर से
around
बंद
there.
करके
We're
फिर चालू
in
कर दे।
zone 2
सर
essentially.
तो देखो तो नहीं है 80 तरफ से आएंगे जब
अच्छा और आगे रहने दो,
Because where the circle
लेट
sits
ले
right
रहा
now,
और 70
really
टीम भेजता
does
हूँ
require that
पुश
zone
करता
2.
होगा ना, फिर पुश करेगा थोड़ी देर बाद,
हाँ करता है।
उसका ऐसा ही है ना।
फिर
वो आखिरी बताता हूँ कितने व्यू आते हैं।
पता जीएस का मैच है, जीएस है ना ऊपर, हाँ उन्हीं का मैच है। फटाफट से लाइव आ जाओ, पूरा मैच चालू हो चुका है। अरे अपन उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए बोलना पड़ता है। हाँ
नहीं, अपनी इतनी बातें चल रही तो काफी ये बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है।
Some teams might want to favor down
क्या
towards that
मतलब बोल के
south
नहीं
side
होता।
on some high ground.
उनको देखा मेरा गेम हट जाएगी तो मैं ये किसका प्रो प्लेयर का दिखा दो आगे।
तो बॉलन देख रहा है, तुम्हारा देखना चाह रहा हूँ, दिख नहीं
Something on
रहा।
that north edge, but it's not going to be the easiest when teams start to get close to one another. Tiamba actually sending into the water already. They are diverted from the K and they are not going to try and move past and around it. Ooh, APG. Okay, they're back to play. They lost out the first Miramar. They want to make up for lost time. They'll find Apollo. I think wasn't it Apollo that they crashed into in the last game?
और देखा पी गाड़ी घुमा रहे हैं, अभी एकदम असली कर रहे हैं।
That Shaq will be able to take him down. Flush very quickly from Zol. And they're not even going to waste any time picking through the remains.
गोली बना था ना उनको, उनका आज भी
A
यार।
little bit closer. Yeah, I mean, you saw that, right? Zol flicking into the second seat and instantaneously flushing, but then also almost immediately back in the
तो बड़ी
driver's
बची
seat.
था मैं टीवी।
That was very quick. Yeah, slim with it. Yeah. Style points there accrued for him. Yeah, Richo definitely losing a lot out. There was definitely a little bit of the rising sun over the past years for Reject and Japan.
लाइक
But
करो फॉलो।
back to their old antics again, like something on the bottom of the leaderboards. It is sad to see. A lot of their players got loaned out internationally and been here and there. But Reject has always been a constant force here in internationals. There is consistency from a singular org anyway. Yeah, they're always willing to welcome them back, which is beautiful to see. You gotta love it. You gotta support it. I think with the circle as it sits, though, they aren't going to be having too good of a shout into this one on their record. APG making the dash in towards the middle here. They stop off in the garage there. What repairs may be necessary as Team Secret weren't able to isolate this one. Actually, Team Secret has split 2 and 2 around this APG position now. I wonder how they're going to really assault this. I mean, APG have a very central spot to play around. Very much designed for stage 3, stage 4 in terms of those rotations. But you're going to be very vigilant when holding on to this location. Maintaining good outlook. Scouting. Definitely up towards that north side because that's where most of their vision is. OG, on the other hand, is back to basics for them, taking this 2-2 split. We've seen them take before. Again, that is the gamble play. From the position they were in, it sort of makes sense. But as they're moving down here, life gets very tough for many different teams because you have a little bit of Los Leones cut in down towards the southwest side. You've got all this field, which you really don't want to be playing in anyway on the northeast. You've got the rocky outcrops on the southeast. This is a very difficult circle to play with kind of minimal strong spots in it. Yeah, it is very open, very barren. We'll see who's going to be able to claim the minimal areas available. Luke's taking a bit of a hit there on the sidelines. Falcons, they are already down to they can level 4 their players alive. That might change. He connects on the spring, but he can't quite do it. The first is good, and there's the step up. There's the backup coming through for Luke. But they're players are falling as well. Ralph now needed to keep things under control for the Falcons to keep them going. They do have another player off angle, but it's nowhere near enough to go for these pickups. Instead, it is up to Ralph to be vigilant over his teammates. The blue zone is here. It's stage 3, so it's survivable. But for how much longer? A big nade, and he finds it. That's exactly what he needed. Ralph clocks him. For Martinia, that sucks, man. The nade bounce on that one, you can see him trying to dodge it, but it bounces to the side, down the hill. Ball play from Rafina, able to get that shot over towards Falcons Ralph as he tried to make the push out, which was sort of the obvious move that Ralph was going to go for, but again, to take that time to go for that, where it's just one player that you're dealing with as sort of the backup plan, you know, the emergency maneuver, all aspects of that fight were thought out there by Luke, which is great. Yes, the long house, the
ये
knees,
सब भी अच्छा
D+. Trying to keep this one going.
ये सूख जाएगी भी बड़ी धूल है
Players alive total. There's only 3 in this location though. Just wanted to counter push here. They're moving up close, but another bounce around the corner. Comes in from